So this is my last day at the hospital. Well, not for certain, but my body and everything tells me that this is my last day because I'm gonna have a ultrasound and a endoscopy soon. And if everything is good, my new valve is not infected, then I'm getting home, and I'm just like so hyped. And even like the sun came out, and I just feel like it's such a nice feeling. And and I haven't had the energy before to like sit down and go over my story and kind of like speak about it yet, but now I feel like I just need to do it before I leave over here, because and this over here has like kind of become my like little home and office, and so much has changed like physically and mentally that I just want to put the pretty much my whole life into a little short short video, and just like tell and explain what I've gone through, and why and what has happened, like, and how I'm recovering, and everything else as well. I'll try to like help as many of you who need any advice or anything. I'm gonna try to do something like that as well. I'm gonna have to sit for this one because it's gonna be a little bit longer story. But there we go. So my story, well, it all began when I was born. That I was born with a mitral valve stenosis, which is that my mitral valve wasn't like opening enough, and like a little bit more narrow. Obviously my medical terms and everything, I'm not really good at that, but I'll explain it as simply as possible. My mitral valve was in stenosis. Then when I was 15 years old, I was needed to have a first surgery. So my first surgery was through the veins that they I used this kind of balloon to expand my mitral valve and kind of try to fix it. But what happened was that they accidentally made a hole in one of the walls, heart walls, and my blood started leaking backwards. And only years later, they kind of it in that hospital told me that what had happened, because previously they just used medical terms that obviously I and my family didn't understand, and that like I'm not gonna even get into the whole details because they're very complicated, and yeah, not very professional to do something like that. Where was I? I was trying to think where to kind of that. There you go. Because of the surgery that I just had as well, and the anesthesia, my brain is a little bit slower. Like I've noticed some things aren't like, it takes me a little bit more time, so I hope that will come back. But everything else has opened. Like I'm speaking so much, which is extremely weird. And the nurse already told me as well that one of the medicines side effect is like a little bit like hyper. Anyways, my brain is like going all over the place. Going back to the first surgery, that yeah, so I had a leak that was supposed to be fixed, and only years later they told me that the doctor that I had back over there told me like, oh, I would do such a nice stitching over here and fix it up for you, you know. I was maybe 16, 17 years old, and I was just like, I remember that moment so well when I just like had tears falling from my eyes when they were doing the ultrasound, when she said that as well. And it was just like, I obviously didn't understand the whole thing, like what's gonna happen, why, and whenever they use medical terms, then I'm just like, I don't really understand. Fast forward a little bit, then my mom decided that I'm not gonna have the surgery in the same hospital anymore, and she has gone through so much to uh, get me better. Yeah, she organized the second surgery for me, and everything that was needed. My family, parents, and everybody who supported me in 2015 when I had the second surgery. My parents had to pay for it, and I just feel so thankful for them, and my mom especially. She's gone through so much as well, because with my health problems, I'm like in it all the time, and it's like ordinary for me and normal, and only it takes me like now as well. Only now I kind of realize what has actually happened, and that if I would have not had these surgeries, and there has always been a chance that I might not wake up from those surgeries. But I've had so much like support, of course, from everybody, and the surgeon that I also had on the second surgery, I had this time as well, and he's absolutely like my hero, who has saved me twice already. So the second surgery, I had my own heart valve, mitral valve was still fixed. He enlarged the mitral valve, and then also fixed the hole with my own kind of like tissue. Very complicated, but in altogether he did 3 different things to make me have a better life, and that went well. I was in the hospital only for like maybe a week or so, and everything was super well. I got like, obviously I was away from school, stuff like that. My life changed a lot, and got better. Recovery usually after these kind of surgeries is 3 months, because I have I get my ribs opened up, and now this surgery happened on the 31st of October, and yeah, now 3 weeks later I'm going home. Again, I've been in it, and it hasn't been like, I've been taking everything so easy, and like I've been in this calm place where I haven't kind of taken anything like, oh my god, I'm scared, or like, oh, what might happen. I've been just being so free, and just like letting it happen, and trusting everybody, and obviously trusting my surgeon, Marco Garne, who is just absolutely amazing person, for like been taking care of me so much. She even comes to like just visit me over here in my office to just check up on me. And surgeons don't usually like do stuff like that, you know, for just random people, really, random patients. But so I had the surgery, and it wasn't sure until the surgery if I'm gonna have a mitral valve, my own valve repaired or replaced. So now I'm a happy owner of a tissue valve, so my mitral valve was replaced. And then I kind of like, just after that, I recovered well, everything was okay. But week later, my kidneys stopped working. And only kind of yesterday I realized how serious that was. Because it's like I've been taking everything so easy, that, and just being in my element, trying to stay, you know, happy. But so yeah, only yesterday kind of the surgeon and nurses told me that they were scared that that happened, and they have no explanation kind of why did it happen. So second, I need to do blow. So my kidneys didn't want to start working. And for that I needed to have a dialysis, so I had a tube putting up my neck. That's why also this over here, to do kind of like blood cleaning for my kidneys. Again, I haven't put a thought on it that how serious it was. And also the nurse yesterday told me that you never know if you're actually gonna come out from a surgery at all, and if any of your organs are gonna start working again. Because when you're putting on the when you go for the surgery, so they need to stop your heart. Your blood system is gonna be running on a machine, and all of the organs obviously are running, and the blood is running through a machine, and you never have 100% guarantee that you will come alive out of it. But I've never been scared of dying, because I have so much trust and belief that everything's like gonna go the way it has to go. And I'm just like so thankful for everything that, and now it's like I've learned how to, I needed to learn how to walk again. I was using this little trolley, and then I learned how to walk. I learned how to eat again, how to use the toilet by myself, you know, because I had obviously tubes and stuff as well for some time over here. And especially when I needed to go back to the intensive care. So I was in an ordinary room for a week already, and then I was had to be taken back into the intensive care. And over there I was again putting all these tubes back in, you know, which was very unpleasant. And then I was a little bit like very grumpy and didn't really realize what kind of like, why am I back over here? But now everything is good, and they are, the nurses and doctors are like so happy how quickly I'm like recovered, and how well my blood has gone good. My blood test results have gone so remarkably good, and I totally believe that I finally am in the place where my mind and body just let everything go. I just gave this 100% trust to, you know, just like it's anyway something out of my hands, and I've been just like trusting the whole process and the journey, and been taking it as an experience. that now over here it feels like I'm in some kind of spa, you know, or some retreat, because like I'm making everything so curious for myself. And I'm just like so grateful for everything, all the little things, and all the worries that I had before, or like, oh, I'm not good enough, I haven't done this, that, the other. Absolutely gone. Everything's just like disappeared in like that, because there's everything is like the world, and everything is so simple. It's difficult to put into words, and that's why I'm also decided that I'm gonna do a podcast and try to write a book about it, because there's so many little details that had happened that I would be speaking about it for hours. Yeah. Anyways, long story short, I'm now gonna be expecting the doctors to come soon, and they're gonna let me know what's the update with the ultrasound, and if everything is good, I'm going home, baby, and and then I'll get instructions how my recovery plan. Yes. Thank you so much for supporting me over here. And I know I'm soon gonna be able to give so much back to everybody. And what I've experienced will hopefully change a lot of other people's lives as well. And that I can help people who have also gone through something like this, or are facing some challenges in life. I just really want to help everybody now, because I am so grateful what I've now received, and I want to give this gift to everybody else as well. I'm so happy. I will get back to you soon, and biggest hugs to everybody. Love you.